Hey guys, welcome to Pheas Software. Today I'm going to be unboxing this Tokyo Marui 416D Devgru. Hey guys, and welcome back. If you do enjoy this content today, please do consider liking, commenting and subscribing, because those interactions help the channel get seen by the algorithms and help the channel grow. If you want to support the channel a little bit more, channel memberships are enabled. Just click the join button down below, 99 pence a month or whatever equivalent in your country. Totally optional, really appreciated. Your own custom videos, bloopers and your own giveaways. And last but not least, Linktree link down below in the description. Click that to visit all of my socials, including my Discord. So, I have got another TM to unbox. This time we've got the Tokyo Marui NGRS Next Generation Recoil Shock Devgru 416D. Now, this is pretty spankingly awesome. I do love a good TM, and I think they make really nice kit. Probably a touch expensive for what it is, but if you leave it stock, they just run forever and ever and ever. So I'm pretty excited for this. Thank you massively to my good friend Andy, who has let me unbox this. Unfortunately, I don't have it for disassembly, but we have got it for an unboxing. So the box itself, then you've got a rather nice picture of it on the front with our branding and everything. On the end, we've got, again, similar picture. Got the branding on that end. You know, even the quality of the box is quite nice, which you would expect from a Tokyo Marui. Underneath, just blank. So let's open this up and have a look at what we've got inside. Come on. There we go. Oh. So I'll explain why that's not in the stock in a moment. So as you would expect from Tokyo Marui, it is really nicely boxed. You've got some Velcro straps strapping it down, keeping it nice and secure in there, so it's not going to move around. We've got our QD suppressor, or silencers, Tokyo Marui we want to call it. We've got a TD type battle foregrip, so just a little vert grip to put on the front rail. We've got our 82 round mag as well, nice. We've got a standard battery charger connector, if I can figure out how to get that out. There we go. So this is charging the recommended type of SOP mod specific batteries that sit in the stock and connect in. We've got our little bag of Tokyo Marui BBs, which, to be honest, Andy, I might just keep those myself. It's a good quality BBs. We've got our operator manual, the 416 itself, and underneath, if I lift this up and out, somewhere. There is somewhere a cleaning rod and a loading rod. There we go. There is another compartment inside the box that's got our end caps, our front sight adjustment, our loading rod and our enjomming rod. So they were all in a separate little compartment inside the box. Just to show you where that was, I'll lift this inner tray out. There we go. So at the end of the box there was just an opening, and they were hiding inside of there, tucked away nice and neat. So I'm going to unstrap this, we'll have a look at the manual, and then we'll get this bad boy out. So got the manual out then, again, nice quality manual. So you've got a bit of an instruction manual there for charging, discharging, and the types of batteries. So they do typically come with a very specific SOP mod 8.4 volt NIM type, but I'll talk more about that in a second. You've got your general Chinese and English, Japanese and bits of English instruction manual, which is quite nice. They've sort of done a bit of work on that, just showing you how various bits and pieces work, speed loading, all that kind of stuff, how the battery goes in. The suppressor does twist on and off. Even shows you how to do the grip as well, releasing the bottom, pulling the pins down, then tightening it back in to secure it. That's quite handy, and adjusting the sight as well. So had enough of that. So my friend Andy, when he bought this, he didn't want to run the Tokyo Marui NIM types. Instead wanted to run a 7.4 volt LiPo in the side of the crane. So we got this one specifically from Devgru Airsoft. So they offered a service to do solder on some a Dean's connector basically onto the end of the battery contact wires, which is what we've done there, which is why that isn't in. So the intention is we're going to Dremel this out so that we can sit it in there and just blank off all the spacers as an option. So I'll put that back in there just to explain why that wasn't in, the little protector, and why it looked like that. So I'm going to move that out of the way. Now, that is an absolute thing of beauty. That is absolutely stunning and gorgeous. That's really... I was never one much for a 416 in general, but this has really worked for me, and the Delta that we've also got really worked for me. So it's got quite a bit of heft to it, a lot heavier than I was expecting it to be for a Tokyo Marui. I remember having the original Recoil sock mod years ago, and I don't recall it being quite this weighty. So at the front then we've got a very chunky, aggressive muzzle brake, which our suppressor just screws on, supposedly. There we go. So that's on and fixed, and then it just screws off when you want it to. So it's very, I did think it was QD, quick detach, but it's not. It's just screw on, screw off, but it is very quick to do it. We've then got absolutely tons of rail mounting up space there to get obviously all manner of accessories on there. All again metal. The barrel is completely free flow. It's not actually touching anything, and there is a tiniest little bit of movement, as you would expect from a free float barrel in this sort of setup. There will be a little bit of movement in there. We've got a flip down and flip up sight so that you can mount your red dot or optic on there, and obviously put the front and rear sight down if you want to, and they are adjustable as you would expect from a Tokyo Marui. The whole thing just oozes quality like you would expect it to do. So the receiver then, all metal with various markings on there. So we've got obviously HK 416D, caliber on there. The selector is ambidextrous, which is nice. The charging handle exposes the hop unit, and I believe, not quite, no, I thought, for some reason I thought that locks open, but again, it's roll up to apply hop, roll down to take hop off. So I'm really looking forward to getting out and shooting this and seeing what it's like in terms of the recoil, the range and the performance. We've then got the pistol grip, which is a polymer type, but it is possibly one of the most comfortable pistol grips I've ever held. Really nicely shaped and contoured. The stippling will help with obviously grip, barehanded or with leather gloves on as well. The mag, all metal made. They are proprietary to the system. Now I do remember from owning a sub mod of my own years ago that you could get a little nozzle attachment that you just push onto the hop unit in there, and it allows you to use your standard high caps. Slight interruption then. So you can use typical mags if you get one of those little nozzle adapters that just slots in onto the feed tube on the bottom of the hop unit there. I seem to think that odd brands had issues with them for me back in the day, but my friend Andy has got 8 mid-cap, 82 round mid-caps to run with this. Now, that is fairly well solidly built. A little bit of rattling because you have got the cut-off feature, which obviously pushes up on a system in the mag well, so that when the mag's empty, the gun will lock out, which is why that doesn't lock open the ejection port there. But really solidly built. You've then got your polymer crane style stock. So we've got 1 position, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 position stock there, and it's nice and firm. There's the tiniest, maybe a mil of wobble there, nothing that you would ever be concerned about. The charging handle has got sort of like a well enhanced handle to make it easier to grab and charge. that is quite satisfying. I forgot just how good a quality TM had been and were, especially considering that I'm sort of big into the AK stuff. Slightly more expensive for this than the KWA, but I'll be interested to see how it kicks when I get out to test it. Excuse me, a little bit gassy today. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go and take this out. I'm going to do the chrono and everything, and then I'll be back in a moment, and we'll see how we get on. .230 to 300. About 20 rounds per second. About 15 rounds a second. That's actually feels and sounds different. Yeah, I'm going to say about 24.9 rounds a second, sounds about right. Woo. Okay, so back from the range check then, and as I would expect from a Tokyo Marui, easily hop in 0.25 gram tracer BBs with the tracer unit on the end, and it was flinging them out well over 40 meters really easily, and still got adjustment in there in that hop unit. So I was really happy with that. But I always expected that the range would be good. It's Tokyo Marui, they always perform well out of the box. The only real difference here is going to be that obviously the BBs are not travelling as fast as some other brands. So this was doing about 300. My chrono's playing up so much so that I've now ordered a new one. A new one is coming in the next couple of days. My chrono is playing up. I can't figure out why. I tried to strip it down, just not having it, just not working properly. So it was reading between 230 and 300 FPS. I think the 300, 280 to 300 is probably where it actually is shooting with no hop on. So with a bit of hop applied, probably more likely the 280, maybe just below. So the BBs are going to get, will still go the distance. They're just not going to arrive as quick as somebody shooting 360. Particularly if you're in a CQB environment, though, that's not much of an issue. Woodlands, you can almost get the matrix effect where you get your Neo wannabes sort of doing the bullet time effect because they're all pretty much able to dodge the BBs at times because they're effectively just softly floating in at the end of their flight. But that's all about your fieldcraft then, isn't it? And, Tokyo Marui is fantastically reliable, provided that you run them as stock. The minute you start messing internally, you're going to get issues with them because they're not designed to run above sort of like a joule of energy. Well, they're designed to run at below 1 joule, which is for the Japanese market. So rates of fire then, we've got 7.4 volt, was giving us sort of 19.5 to 20 rounds per second, which I was really happy with, almost bordering frightening at that sort of level. 8.4 was a little bit unusual. It sort of felt a little bit sluggish. I'm not sure whether that's my battery, although it was fully charged, or whether it was because I'd got an adapter going from a Dean's to a Mini Tamiya, because the NIM type batteries that I've got are Mini Tamiya types. So I don't know if that was adding extra resistance on or anything, but it was registering at 15.5 rounds per second, and it did feel like it was performing a little bit lower. I'm going to possibly put that down to potentially my battery and not the actual gun itself. 9.6 is when it's probably a good job. It's a shame actually I couldn't show my face because my face was just like, oh my god, when the 24.5 sort of 25 rounds came out on the chrono, and it felt like it. I haven't done an 11.1 for two reasons. One, I just didn't want to wreck this. It's brand new, it's never been skirmished yet, and I just didn't think it was fair, and sort of the owner Andy was a little bit like, not sure we should go there. It is TM. I really wouldn't even run it at the 9.6 in all honesty. I'd run it at the 7.4 or the 8.4 NIM type if you haven't got the lipos already. but I was really happy with that rate of fire. You know, if you do lower your FPS, you will get an increase in rate of fire to a certain extent because the motor doesn't have to work as hard, so it can turn everything over quicker. Excuse me. So that, I'm really happy with the performance of it. So what I'm going to do now is grab the gloves, we'll do the gloved operation, and then we'll do the final thoughts. So I am going to grab my gloves. Thank you to the guys on my Discord for suggesting this as a feature to have in my video. So here's my gloves. We've got the 416 now. I am pretty happy that this is entirely usable with gloves. So the front sight, easy. Rear sight, easy. We've got the magazine, easy in, easy out. No issue with that. In terms of refilling it, you just need a speed loader. That's going to be easy enough as well. The selector, very easy to change, absolutely no issue. Charging handle, satisfying to pull. The stock, absolutely easy as you like to adjust as well. So I am really happy that this whole system is usable. The hop unit, it's the same problem. I can adjust it, I can see them adjusting it, but I've got no real feeling of how much I'm properly adjusting it. So the adjustment's probably going to be a little bit fiddly and would still be worth taking your glove off to fiddle with that and make sure it happens. I know Tokyo Marui do some high caps for this. Not everybody wants high caps, which I totally get. Some people are avid mid caps users. Some want the high caps, and I suppose for me it depends on the site I'm going to. If I'm going to a site that is predominantly going to be high cap players, you can be at a disadvantage. So sometimes you need to just get that high cap or a couple of high caps and run those. Other times, a lot of other sites, mid caps, you know, are the way to go because everybody's on them, or most people are on them, so you fare much better. So I get that. The mags sort of £30-ish each, depending on where you get them from, but they are solid and well made. But with that adapter, there is that option, obviously, to use your own standard AR type mags if you've got them already. The recoil was nice, but it wasn't KWA nice, and I'm pretty sure it's probably not. You know, just to sort of give some love to the GBBR community there, the gas blowback rifle, I'm pretty sure it wasn't as strong. The KWA isn't as strong as the BBRs as well. The AR GBBR that I had was sort of at bare minimum on par, probably a little bit stronger than my KWA recoils. But the system isn't built for the FPSs and performance sort of ranges that the KWAs are, so I wouldn't expect a stronger recoil in it. But the performance out of the box was just exceptional, and it almost makes me think, actually, maybe I need to go back and sort of get a couple of TMs again. You know, the Mod D shoots amazingly well for such a tiny little thing, and a lot of that is down to the fact that it is a Tokyo Marui and so well built, and that is an absolute thing of beauty. It is absolutely gorgeous. The box is nice, the build quality is amazing, as you would expect. You know, the fact that we've got, you know, all right, it's cool that they've chucked a charging adapter in there. That's okay, I can, you know, that's nice. But the fact that we've got the suppressor and we've got the front grip, which we've not done yet, is cool. So with this one, we have to undo, and I can feel straight away that's loosened off. So we have to unscrew it first. Oh, that's a nice feature. I'll talk about that in a second. So all I've done there is those have dropped down because I've unscrewed that. You then just slide it on to where you want, wherever's a comfortable position. I usually go quite close to my magwell, otherwise I hold my magwell. Now it won't go past this retention nut on the Riz, but go it there, and then you just literally tighten it up so you can see it's gone back into the rails, and that's it, as simple as that. Mag goes in, boom, there we go. Now the bit I was just saying then is a nice feature. This slips out. I bet we have to take that off. If you haven't clicked what that is yet, oops, that is an opening for you to put a pressure switch in. So if you have a flashlight, a D-barrel, something like that that's got a pressure switch, there is a position to mount it in, or slide that back in if you don't need it and you just want the comfort element of the grip. I'll take that back off for now. That is a nice little feature as well, that's included in it. Possibly would have liked some rail covers in there, but kind of pushing my boat there. So we paid Andy paid £569 for this, and at the time I think it was on a bit of an offer down from 600 and something. It is a lot of money, I'm not gonna lie. If you're wanting the recoil, I get it, I totally get it. You're wanting, the trademarking that is on there. It is damn nice and it performs really well and it'll be dead reliable. Is it worth that kind of money though? I'm struggling to justify it, and considering where I've sort of started and come from, and I am a massive advocate of the Seamers, the Double Eagles, the brands like that, where you can get so much more for your money. And all right, those tend to not be Tokyo Marui reliable, but they're also nowhere near Tokyo Marui prices. You can often get, I could probably pick up 4 Seamer AKs for the price of this. It's a hard justification. If that is what you want with the recoil, then do you know what? Go and buy it. I support you, and it is nice. There is something a little bit special about owning a Marui, and I get that. But I just can't see the justification in the £570 personally. But I can understand why a lot of people would and do. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I've thoroughly enjoyed that. It's been lovely to shoot a TM again. It's almost heartbreaking to have to give it back to Andy, but I will. It is because it is so nice. Although if I was going to keep one, it will be the Delta one that I ended up keeping and never speaking to him again because, to be fair, he probably hunt me down. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please do remember to like, comment and subscribe to help the channel grow. And I will see you next time. Bye.